Ladies and gentlemen, today I wanted to take a look back at the first ever Call of Duty Zombies map, Nacht, Untoten, which translated from German means Night of the Undead. The original Zombies timeline begins June 4th, 1945, just after the fall of Nazi Germany. The location of Nacht, Untoten is an abandoned airfield in Allied-occupied Europe, potentially somewhere within Germany. The map was originally hidden behind the campaign first, which after you beat would immediately cut to a scene of a zombie off in the distance running faster and faster as it comes towards you. The map's bunker is recycled from the multiplayer map Airfield and the campaign mission Hard Landing. It was initially a side project that some developers worked on during their free time. They wanted to add something fun and different to the game's main campaign and multiplayer modes. The setting is night. The map is surrounded by fog, with the only playable area an abandoned military concrete complex. Considering it was the first map in Zombies history, it was very small. It has 3 buyable areas, 1 door, and 2 debris, including an upstairs, an introduction to the mystery box along with the only wonder weapon in the map, the ray gun. The campaign mission Little Resistance also features a ray gun as an Easter egg located within World at War. The ray gun, according to the original Zombies timeline, was originally developed based off of designs seized from the Rising Sun facility in Japan, which later turned out to be Shinonuma. Technically, Nacht, Untoten was available at launch for all players, considering it was just hidden behind the campaign. The 4 soldiers originally debut in 2009 as unknown. It shows the lack of development early on in the production, as Zombies was still being treated as a side project. There were also no perks in the original World at War version. The mode was officially titled Nazi Zombies. It would later go on to be changed to just Zombies, censoring the Nazi part. There are many different variations of the map throughout Zombies history. The original bare-bones version of this game appears in World at War, as well as the iOS COD Zombies app as well. And within that iOS app, there was a hidden tutorial involving a downed Edward Richthofen outside of the barrier on Nacht, Untoten, giving a newbie player pointers. He would eventually emerge from being downed as a zombie trying to break through the barrier outside of Nacht. Kind of a fun little Easter egg. In the console version, located on the 2nd floor, the cabinet features a scoped Kar-98 a player can purchase for an inexplicable 2,000 points. It's a rumor that this was a troll by the devs. In the iOS version, the cabinet contained a flamethrower, which technically has unlimited ammo, but it does have a cooldown period. In the original World at War game, the total number of zombies per round could not exceed 24. This made it very easy to get to high rounds quickly on all 4 World at War maps. Nacht, Untoten made its first return to console as a remastered map almost 2 years after the original launch in Call of Duty Black Ops 1 under the 4th and final map pack. The map added Mule Kick in the spawn room, but no other perks, which, when you think about it, is kind of surprising considering how difficult the map was, especially in Black Ops 1, with no 24 zombie limit per round. However, they did at least slightly try and help players in the Black Ops 1 variation of this map, adding the Thunder Gun, along with the staple wonder weapon, the Ray Gun, of course, as well as monkey bombs in the box. The cabinet of the BO1 version did contain the Scope Kar-98, which was a little bit of a letdown. The flamethrower, however, was not in the remastered version. It was not in the cabinet, and it was not in the box, which is kind of strange considering it was on both World at War and the iOS mobile app. The Thompson is mistakenly listed at 1,500 points on the wall in the original World at War version. However, it actually only costs 1,200 points. If the player's balance is between 130 and 250 points, then buying grenades will give the player a negative balance in the World at War version, an early glitch to the game. Because of how small the map was, there was only one mystery box with no teddy bear possible. The box would never move. The OG main camping spot on this map is located right above the main starting room, right next to the stairs, with grenades on the wall. Keeping the stairs debris closed is critical, as there's only one window at an alleyway at which the zombies can come in, although it's really not that good of a spot. You will get overrun pretty quickly. That's why many people opt to train in the spawn room, and in the original World at War game, as long as you kept moving, zombies wouldn't hit you. The map returned again, this time making an appearance on Black Ops 2. It was a playable area located within the map Transit. The structure can be found within the cornfield in between the farm and the power station. The building has two entrances, one through the window to the left, where the Kar 98 was previously available for purchase. That was a wall weapon, and the other is to the right of that location. The only accessible area of the structure located within Transit is the starting room, as the help door is blocked by impassable debris, and the stairs leading to the original upper area of the map have collapsed. Windows do not have barriers built on them, the denizens do not spawn inside or around the bunker, and there are no wall-by weapons available. However, there are several spawn locations for parts located within the building, including the jet gun, a pathetic, basically fake wonder weapon of Transit. The map made yet another return, this time in Black Ops 3's Revelations, where the map appears as the main hub world alongside several other fractured portions of other maps featured in the Zombies series. It was fully remastered in BO3 Zombies Chronicles, which not only included Mule Kick like in Black Ops 1, but also added the Wonder Fizz and Gobblegum machines, making the map more playable and friendlier with the extra perks added in. BO3 was technically the first time you were able to get Juggernaut on Nacht, Untoten, unless you, of course, count the BO2 Transit variant, which technically was a playable area, but it was not its own map. It was just part of Transit. It's like kind of a fun little Easter egg. People really didn't spend much time in the area outside of getting parts for the Easter egg. Nacht, Untoten also appears on Black Ops Cold War in the map D-Machine. It is used as the centerpiece building. The original bunker ruins are featured, although there are some differences such as burned and destroyed walls and bars, along with the entire area being covered by graffiti. We know this variation of zombies is way too easy. My assessment of this map, and I am assessing the World at War version because that was the original Notch, it's very hard to give a complete grade for this map considering how bare bones it is. It was a developer's pet project, so the map is obviously severely lacking. I would still take it over any modern-day zombies due to the difficulty and the traditional nature of it. Personally, I was a little bit too young for World at War. My first Black Ops game was BO1, and BO1 is my all-time favorite zombies mode. World at War, I think a lot of us were too young for, but it did serve as a testing ground, especially this map in particular, Nacht, Untoten, a testing ground for the future of this mode. And it's always going to be a legendary map in that sense, but it can never be an all-time great map because it obviously is lacking, and it was always going to be lacking. The function of the first ever Zombies map was always going to be more of a fundamental test run rather than a final product with several different Easter eggs, and that's really what Nacht, Untoten is. I think the only thing that Treyarch really missed on this was not putting Juggernaut into the BO1 version. I mean, I did like the remastered BO1 maps, and you'd think they'd at least throw Juggernaut in there, maybe an extra little room for Pack-a-Punch, be kind of a cool little thing you could unlock, but they decided not to do any of that, and they just kept the map the exact same outside of randomly adding in Mule Kick to the spawn.